Bridgestone Production Car Racing is proudly brought to you by Alcohol Killer.
Race 1 being an 8-lap sprint. They line up as they qualified, but the story of the Windy City is firstly some new colors on the BMW, but secondly, the abrasive surface is really going to hurt the BMWs. They do tend to wag the tail, and this is going to play into the all-wheel drive Audi systems.
I thought you were going to say new news, because that abrasive circuit's been there for a few years now.
Oh, yeah. We always see that the BMWs do battle. We go back and pick up on the Class Ts. Class Ts also, because they're front-wheel drives and they're really going to hurt the rubber, they will start pushing the tires. But 8 laps should see the guys hold on to some decent lap times.
So it's all bunched at the moment, and it'll probably remain so for the rest of this. But I'll tell you what, the brand new branding of that BMW, it stands really colorful and outright right now. A little tap at the back there from somebody.
Gavin Cornier has been charging through the field. He's done a great drop off the line. He's jumped up and moved on past both of the Sasol Audis. So he's the man on the fly, and I'm going to take back everything I said in qualifying. The BMWs have found a package here.
Well, we hope so. Ferrari and also the Ginger Ninja will want more this round, but I'll tell you what, they've got to contend with the Audis, all 4 of them, in fact.
Yeah, Michael Stephen is running away at the moment. Moss is going with him. Those 2 cars have broken away from the pack and are just legging it away from the field to the tune of about half a second in 1 lap.
So we can see that the rubber is really sticking for now at the moment, but the Audis seem to be running away with the drive. And of course now into turn 10, very difficult. You've got to get the drive out onto that back straight.
Yeah, and we know that the BMW straight line speed is extremely strong. You can get a good toe because it is all the gears in the bag down the straight. And we go down the straight for the first time on board with Nathan. Like we said, overboosting, gets sent to the back of the pack in qualifying. Should be able to race himself forward though.
But the man's got to be really annoyed with what's going on when it comes to overboosting like that. Obviously your tech boys have really got to be on the number.
Yeah, we are coming down to the finest increments now, and it's the only way that they can make it a clear and even playing field. We do see the guys have to charge from the back. Nathan will be looking fairly comfortable. I don't think he's going to be able to climb as high as he wants to in the short sprint race, but in the feature race later in the day, that's where the numbers will come in.
So any mugging might be going on today, and Cruz will be looking over his shoulder, that being Michael van Rooyen. He'll have the minis all over him. They'll be looking for a great result, but right now it's still close racing.
Yeah, you can see the Class A's came through there, some problems at the back there. Looked like Smallberger was hanging the tail out onto the dirt. We often see that through the little kink at the back there. We go back to the front of the Class A's, and you can see this is 3rd place, and there are 4 cars in it.
Real tight squeeze. Still Formato leading out in Class T, but all the action right now on A.
Yeah, that's and the first BMW is still Gavin Cornier. He did that stellar work halfway through the first lap, got himself through there, and the Audis are just literally tripping over themselves, trying to get through and trying to find the line up the inside. It's going to be an ugly move to get through, but the straight line speed of the BMWs is astounding. He's pulled 2 car lengths out of the Audis down that one straight.
That is astounding at the moment, the way that the Team Engine Extreme Audis are motoring around this PE Aldo Scribante circuit. Through the sweeps again, it's a real tight line. They get on the gas right now, floor it up to turn number 10, and it's Dunlop corner, but Groenewald will have to find something. He's chasing down that BMW.
Remember, Groenewald was our 3rd place qualifier. He currently sits in 4th place, so he's the most frustrated. He got beaten up badly, could not get the drive coming off the line, and the BMWs, as we know, they are just great at the rolling start. Standing start, it's always going to go to the all-wheel drive quattro systems, but the rolling start is all about the BMWs. Watch for around about 2 laps time, though. The back end of the BMWs will start breaking out pretty badly, especially through the sweep.
Yeah, they've seemed to have had that problem actually for the last couple of years, and we have seen many incidents in here with the 2 BMWs pirouetting off, doing synchronized swimming, so to speak. But they'll want to forget that, put it behind them, and right now they're chasing an Audi.
Groenewald, we always see him. He comes flicking across to the right-hand side. He's getting insane drive coming out of the final turn. He's almost rubbing the bumper off the back end of the lead BMW, which is still Cornier, but he just loses out on the top-end ponies.
Nice to see Simon Moss looks very controlled at the moment. I couldn't say that. That's probably the words he used, controlled.
Yeah, he's just comfortable out there. We go to the sharp end of the Class Ts, and look at that. We're finally seeing some good form coming out of Gary Formato. He has stretched away from the field. The Chevy Cruze also looking relatively comfortable in the 2 spot. 3rd place, though, still up for grabs, and this is going to be a hard fight.
Yeah, a little bit of body damage on the back of Sean Duminy at the moment. Those 2 Ford STIs, I'm told, are actually prepared identically, so it just goes to show that Formato is just irking out a little bit more out of that car than what Sean Duminy is.
Yeah, Nathan's climbing the curbs, trying to get the muscle on. He's running out of laps, lap and a half to go by my count, trying to get up through past Duminy and get onto Thompson.
Outstanding cars, these John Cooper Works Minis. They're beautiful and well prepared and in the hands of some seasoned drivers, although one of the youngsters is driving that at the moment.
Yeah, the story at the moment, though, is Lee Thompson. He is certainly piling on the pressure. He's as he was in qualifying, but he's trying every kind of line. Look at that, going all the way to the outside of the line, trying to find the fastest line mid-corner, and that's what Minis are really good at, certainly in the hands of Lee Thompson. His mid-corner speed just closes him right up to the back end of the Chevy, and the Chevy's in trouble.
Well, right now, Michael van Rooyen will see that Mini larger than life in his rear-view mirror. He'll do everything to make it as wide as possible. But really, competing against a Mini, sometimes the chances you have to take, really, are just difficult at this point. But he will hold on, hopefully.
Famato is very happy right now. He's found a package that has been a good setup in qualifying, and he's found that it lasted in the sprint race. And arguably, if he's got a good setup in the sprint race, his feature race will be strong as well. Here we go back to the third place battle in the front end of the Class A's. And I say front end because look at this. The NGen Audis are gone. It's still the championship points leader that leads things out, Michael Stephen. Then it's Monster Moss. The third place battle, though, has been keeping the crowd on their toes at the Windy City, and it's still the Ginger Ninja that holds the third.
Well, interesting to see also, Matt. I mean, because the Engine Extreme Audis are out in front, has there been a tussle in this mid-pack right now for third, fourth, and fifth? Has it allowed the Engine Extreme Audis to escape?
Well, it definitely has. I think the jump off the line from the BMWs, even though they don't have a lot of mid-corner pace, they've got straight line pace, and they've been doing a really good solid block and roll the whole way through. So you could say that if Gennaro Bonafide and Henny Krudevald could have got past early on, they could have run with the race leaders.
So down the back straight, and here it comes. The reigning champion, Michael Stephen, takes the flag.
Always where he turns his season around, but this is what is happening. Look at this, through the sweep, and it's getting all kinds of real. And that was a wide line from the BMW. That is Krudevald. Krudevald has got himself in front. Lots of tires, smoking, and everything has broken loose in the final turn.
Oh, there's a tap. Krudevald goes out, and it looks like the Ginger Ninja's involved as well, Gavin Cronier.
So that's Cronier and Krudevald. They've moved over, allowing Bonafide and Farid to slide on up there, and we go back and pick up on the battle. And look at this. Graham Nathan has charged on hard these last couple of laps.
Well, he's not going to be happy with this result, but he stuck it in there, stayed on the tarmac as well, and he'll hope for a reverse grid, which will put him in a better position to actually get in the line on second.
Look at that. That's chaos up the road there. That is the Chevy Cruze going wide, so everyone has been bumped up another notch there, and chaos has reigned on the last lap and the final corner of PE. Here's the results. Michael Stephen takes the win in the Class A's ahead of Moss. Bonafide, Farid, and Cronier gets into third.
What a way to start the day there, Mike. And Simon, a super effort there, double for the team. It's definitely the way to start the racing day, and especially at your hometown.
Yeah, a great start to the day. You know, it all started yesterday with qualifying 1-2 on the grid. And, you know, it was for us to convert that into a win in a second, and we went out and that's exactly what we did.
Simon, you're at the back there, you're watching the rearview mirrors probably for about a lap, but then there was an awesome tussle between the BMs and the other two Audis, which left the two of you to run away.
Yeah, well, after the first lap, I looked in my mirror and I saw I had a little bit of a gap, and then at the next lap, a bigger gap. Then I just concentrated on staring on the rear of Mark's car and trying to just put my brakes where he's pushing brakes, take his marks, and try to do similar times to bring it home.
Confirmation of Class T. Gary Famato, great win for Ford. Lee Thompson in the Mini. Graham Nathan gets a third. Michael van Rooyen ran off in the last corner.
An amazing effort there, Gary. Got to the front end right from the word go, of course, after qualifying yesterday, and it looked like it was all done and dusted. Then you disappeared at the front.
Yes, we actually changed the car quite a bit from yesterday. You know, we took a flyer. We knew that the track's going to be very tough on tyres. And it was a setup that probably didn't feel the best, didn't feel the fastest, but it looked after the tyres, and I think that was the key. You know, I could see that we had a little bit more pace in us definitely through the second half of the race, quite comfortably. So, yeah, I think it bodes well for the long one, but of course, you never know. Let's see what happens.
Production Car Racing is proudly brought to you by Alcohol Killer.